Hello. So welcome to the Standard 12 Dream International School. Myself Faris Namiwala. You know everyone, clear? So today we are starting a easy chapter of Standard 12 that is a general principle of isolation of elements. Clear? This chapter it's very easy, and secondly this chapter you have studied in Standard 10 also. And ICSE student, you know, ICSE syllabus students would have studied detailed in metallurgy, okay? But CBSE student and Gujarat Board student also have studied a bit about it. So this chapter is very simple and it's very easy also. But sometime in the competition exam, certain questions are coming very tough. Clear? Which type of a questions will come in the future classes I will tell you. So today my chapter you can make a note now. So first I have done the electrochemistry. And now I am starting the general principle of isolation of elements. Clear? In this chapter, I will give you the overview. This chapter is based on bit engineering. Clear? Like production engineering. You have to study here to extract certain metals from their ores and minerals. You have to understand the definition. Certain process you have to understand, like Hall Herold. You would be listening, no, in the Standard 10 also. Hall Herold process. I don't know. Might you know this? Okay, so Hall Herold process is there. Then you know extraction of iron using the blast furnace. Then we have copper metallurgy. Then we have zinc metallurgy. Then we have gold cyanide leaching methods. This chapter almost is like a theoretical chapter. We don't have any kind of a problem here. Okay, we don't have any type of a numerical in this chapter. It's a bit theoretical chapter, but very interesting chapter. Yes, especially it is an this chapter is giving turn towards an engineering. Okay, it will give you a bit overview of an engineering like of production or civil. Clear? Now, so I am starting the chapter that is a general principle of isolation of process of elements. Clear? See, certain points I have highlighted here, and this point you should understand. In this chapter, the most important topics are definitions. You have to understand the definition, and based on that definition, we will solve the or we will understand the topics. See, first point says what? Metal constitute nearly 80% of all elements. You know our whole periodic table. We have a S block, we have a P block, we have a D block, we have a F block. Nearly now 119 or 118 elements. Okay, and other elements are to be discovered. Like, you know, UUP, UUM. Okay, so this whole periodic table. In that whole periodic table, 80% of that elements. You know elements. Okay, so that 80% of elements are nothing but in metals. See, you know S block completely metal, D block metal, F block metal. In P block certain metals are there, but in P block I told you, no, P block is they are having a metal also, they have certain non-metal also, they have a inert metal also. Clear? So we have studied P block element 1 and half P block element 2 also. Okay, so you know that S block completely metal, or we can say high reactive metal. Yes or no? Like we are having a sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Then if we have beryllium, magnesium, calcium, these all are alkali metal, alkaline earth metal. Then we have D block metals like a zinc, then we have a Ag, then you have a Au, then you have a PT, then you have copper, then you have a hafnium, then you have a lanthanum. So these all elements comes to the D block, okay, but these all are metals. Similarly, F block metals are also there, and in F block certain elements are there which are made metal, but there are also metals. So in our periodic tables, that's why this point says, first point says what? That metal constitute nearly 80% of all elements. Clear? Next point. See, you know one metal reactivity series, yes or no? So remember this reactivity series? Please stop calling me a cute zebra. So this is please stop, yes or no? Like I have done, no, please stop calling me a cute zebra. That was the potassium, yes or no? Sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium. Then cute means a carbon will come, no? Then zinc, iron, tin, lead, hydrogen, then copper, Ag, Au and PT. So this is nothing but what? Your chemical reactivity series. And you know whenever you move downside the group, reactivity decreases, yes or no? As you know, reactivity decreases. As you move downside the group, reactivity decreases. So if you see the elements which are on the topmost, they are most reactive. And when you move downside the group, so their reactivity decreases. So second point says what? That element which are non-reactive occurs free in state. Clear? So the elements which are very less reactive, like Ag, Au, PT. Yes or no? Ag also bit reactive. Ag also bit reactive, but Au and Pt are least reactive metals. That's why they occur in a free instate. But the elements or the metals which are highly reactive, like sodium, like potassium, like calcium, like magnesium, like this aluminum, zinc, iron, these all are reactive metal. Means this reactive metal will not occur in the free instate. This reactive metal will not occur in a free instate. They will occur in combined state. They will occur in what? Combined state. Which kind of combined state? Either they will be in oxide form, you know, FeO, see, FeO, then Fe2O3, then zinc oxide, yes or no? Either they will be in a carbonate form, yes or no? Carbonate, like, you know, zinc carbonate, then iron carbonate, yes or no? Then you can say calcium carbonate, yes or no? The metal which are highly reactive, they cannot occur in a free state because they are reactive. And when the metals are reactive, they'll have affinity. Affinity means what? Attraction either towards oxides. Oxygen means they'll form an oxide, or they are occurring in the sulfide form also. Yes or no? They will occur in sulfide form also, like sulfide. Like, you know, sulfide means zinc sulfide. Yes or no? Then copper pyrite, CuFeS2, then iron pyrite, FeS2. So this all says what? This all says that the element which are least reactive. Least reactive means like Ag, Au, Pt. Remember this, okay? So elements which are least reactive, they will occur free in state. They will not occur in a combined in state. They will occur free in state. That's why we are wearing gold, no? See, you are wearing gold, you are wearing the gold ring, you are wearing the gold chain, you are washing your hand, you are cooking, okay? Then you are taking bath. So it's not like, no, that after 2-3 months that gold chain which was of 20 gram automatically reduced to 18 gram. It is possible. If you are taking a gold chain, you are wearing in your neck, you are taking bath, you are washing, you are running, whole day you are working, means it will also react with sweat. Means this gold will not react with anyone. Why it will not react with anyone? Because it is least reactive. That's why if you go take a gold chain which is of 20 gram, after 6 years also it will be 20 gram only. Automatically will not get reduced because it is least reactive. So here the second point says what? That the elements which are non-reactive occurs free instate. Means this says that the element which are reactive, here elements means it is prone to telling the metal. The metal which are reactive in nature, the metals which are highly reactive, they will not occur free in state. They will occur in their combined form. Combined state means what? Either in the oxide form or in the carbonate form or in the sulfide form. Mostly these are the forms. Okay, there are many other forms also, but in this chapter we are going to study the oxide form, carbonate form and sulfide form. So the second point says that element which are non-reactive occurs free instead. And I told you the reactivity series. Here elements mean total means what? Metal. So metals which are least reactive, they will not occur in a combined form. Instead they will occur in a free in state. They will occur free in state. Means from the earth crust only we can obtain directly, like gold, you know, Au can be obtained directly from the earth crust, clear, like platinum. So the element which are non-reactive, occurs free in state, but element which are reactive, they will not occur free in state. They will occur in what? They will occur in a combined form. And combined form I told you, no, either they are in oxide form or in their sulfide form. Like oxide form, iron, Fe2O3, FeO, ZNO, CuO. Yes or no? These all are oxides form. The oxides, when they combined form, they combine with what? Oxygen, because they are more reactive, and when they are more reactive, they will be having an affinity towards such kind of a non-metal like oxides, sulfides, carbonates. Or they occur in carbide also, like iron carbide, Fe3C. Clear? So elements which are non-reactive occur in free state, but the elements which are reactive, they will occur in a combined state. Okay. Next. So now we will move towards the basic core of the chapter, and the chapter first definition comes minerals. The first definition comes mineral, and this mineral is not new for you. Okay. This definition also we have studied in the previous classes, standard 10 also. See, I will discuss these two portions, minerals and ore. What do you mean mineral? See, mineral is nothing but a natural substance which is available from the earth crust. Mineral is nothing but a what? Natural substance which is available from the earth crust during digging or by mining is known as a what? Mineral. So what do you mean mineral? Everyone here? The natural substance occurring from the earth crust obtained by mining is called minerals. So minerals is nothing but a what? Minerals is nothing but a, it is a natural, write down the definition. The minerals is nothing but a natural substance occurring from the earth crust. Mineral is a natural substance which is occurring from the earth crust, is known as, during mining or obtained by mining, is known as mineral. Okay, you can see the example here. So example of mineral can be bauxite, yes or no? Then it can be calcite, yes or no? Then you can say iron pyrites, Yes or no? These all are example of minerals. Clear? So what is the mineral definition? The natural substance occurring from the earth crust obtained by mining is known as a mineral. You can write down certain examples. You can write down the example. Please write down the example, everyone. So bauxite, calcite, iron pyrites, siderite, calamanite, etc. Clear? Next. Next I come towards the ore. Clear? Now see here, understand this ore, okay? Ore means what? The profitable extraction of metal from mineral is called as ore. Is called as ore. Profitable extraction of metal from the mineral is called as a ore. See, understand definition. The profitable extraction of metal from the mineral is called as a ore. What does this mean? See here. See, I have so for example, I'll take one example of iron. See, check it out. Okay, it's not difficult. It's very easy. Please focus here. I will tell the basic difference between mineral and ore. So ore means what? First, what do you mean by mineral? The natural substance occurring from the earth crust obtained by mining is called mineral. Now what do you mean by ore? Ore means what? The profitable extraction of metal from mineral is called as ore. Now this definition might be a bit complicated to you, but I will tell the actual meaning. See, if I have suppose I am digging the earth, okay, I am mining the earth and I got two mineral of iron, say mineral A and mineral B. I'm digging the earth, and during the digging or mining, I got the iron, I got the mineral. I got what? Mineral of what? Iron. The mineral A and mineral B. Suppose I'm taking 1 kg mineral A and I'm getting 1 kg mineral B. How much I got? I have taken 1 kg of mineral A. I have taken 1 kg of mineral B. Both the mineral are of what? Of iron. Okay. Now what I have done? I have done all the process. Every process. One processes will come. I have cleaned it, I have processed it, everything processed. Final iron I got from 1 kg. See, I have taken 1 kg mineral A. I have taken 1 kg mineral B. And I am now doing the process. Process of what? Process of getting pure iron. Process of getting what? Pure iron. So, when I have done the process on A to get the pure iron, so from 1 kg, I got pure iron 200 gram. I got how many gram? 200 gram. Remaining 800 gram was the waste. Remaining 800 gram was the waste. Waste will come, and that waste we say as a gang. I will tell just now, okay? So don't worry about it. So I taken 1 kg of mineral A. I taken 1 kg of mineral B. These both the minerals are of iron. Now what I have done? I have taken the 1 kg A and I have done all the process. What kind of process? The process to obtain the pure iron. After doing the whole process of getting the pure iron, so from 1 kg of A, I got 200 gram pure iron. 200 gram of pure iron. Similarly, that same process I will do on this mineral B also. So when I do the process on mineral B to obtain the pure iron, and I got the pure iron from mineral B as 800 gram. Yes or no? So see, I was having two mineral A was having, and I also have a mineral B. Both have taken initially how much kg? 1 kg, 1 kg. On both I have done the process. I have done the process of A also to obtain the pure iron, and I have done the process on B also to obtain the pure iron. From mineral A, I got pure iron 200 gram. On mineral B, I got the pure iron 800 gram. Now, if you are the businessman, which process you will, which mineral you will select, A or B? B. So B is my ore and A is my mineral. Yes or no? So ore says what? The profitable extraction. See here, profitable is, you know, I will get more iron. Mineral A is there, mineral B is there. So now mineral B is not a, it's an ore now. Because ore says what? The profitable extraction of metal from the mineral. I have taken A, I have taken B. This both I obtained from the earth crust. So we say both are mineral. We say both are mineral. I have done the process. I have taken 1 kg here also. I have taken 1 kg. I have done the same process on A also. I have done the same process on B also. After the completion of process, I got 200 gram pure iron from A and I got 800 gram from B. So this is my now ore. But this is also mineral also. But this cannot be ore. Why this cannot be ore? Because this is only mineral, because it is not giving profitable extraction. But this is giving profitable extraction. So which is the ore now? So B will be my ore. Another example of zinc we will take. I'll take some example of zinc. So if I take the example of zinc, again I am getting 1 kg of ore of A of zinc and 1 kg mineral of zinc B. I am getting 1 kg mineral A of zinc, 1 kg mineral B of zinc. I will do the process. All the process I will do on A also, on B also. After completion of whole process, I got 200 gram of zinc from A, pure zinc, and here I got 600 gram of pure zinc. So where I am getting more? So mineral B I am getting more, yes or no? Because it is 600 gram. So this is now what? This is ore. And this is mineral. So what do you mean by ore? Ore means the profitable extraction, the more amount of metal from which mineral we can obtain, that is known as an ore. So this is the exact book definition. The profitable means more. The profitable extraction of metal from mineral is called as ore. Now see here, this can be mineral or not. These both are mineral because this both I obtain from where? Earth crust. So both are mineral. A is also, B is also mineral, A is also mineral, but B is also ore. But A is not a ore. Why A is not a ore? Because A is not given profitable extraction. B is giving profitable extraction. So B is ore also and B is mineral also. A is only mineral. So what does this say? This says that an ore can be a mineral. Yes or no? See here. What I can say here, make a note. An ore can be a mineral. Ore can be a mineral. But mineral cannot be ore. Mineral cannot be ore. Yes or no? Understand this definition. What does this say? See here, A is also mineral, B is also mineral, because from both I obtained from the earth crust. The earth crust means mineral. A I got 200 gram, B I got 600 gram. So from B I got profitable extraction. So B is now my ore. Because ore says what? The profitable extraction of metal from the mineral is called as ore. So B is ore also, B is mineral also, because it is also from the earth crust. A is only mineral, it's not an ore. Why A is not an ore? Because here we don't get profitable extraction. So I can say that an ore can be called as a mineral, an ore can be a mineral, or ore can be a mineral, or mineral can be a ore? No, mineral cannot be a ore. So I can say that ore can be called as a mineral, but mineral cannot be called as a ore. So every ore is a mineral, but every mineral cannot be ore. Yes or no? Every ore can be a mineral because that is also from the earth crust. But every mineral cannot be a ore because every mineral will not give a profitable extraction. The mineral which give profitable extraction, that is only called as a ore. So every ore can be called as a mineral, but every mineral cannot be called as a ore. So understand this definition, that ore can be a mineral, but a mineral cannot be all mineral cannot be ore. Yes or no? But all ore can be a mineral. All ore can be a mineral. Clear? Now see here. Clear this part? So understood definition. Mineral definition means what? The natural substance occurring from the earth crust obtained by the mining is called mineral. And ore means what? The profitable extraction of metal from the mineral is called as a ore. Next come gangue or matrix. What do you mean by gangue or matrix? Now see, when you are digging the earth crust, so you will obtain just mineral, but with mineral many other things also will come, like roots of trees, like you can get you will get a sand. Yes or no? Then you will get some certain type of bones, remainings of the plants, remaining of the animals. So these all things you have to clear it, you have to wash it. Okay, so that unwanted particles, yes or no, these all are impurities, I mean to say that unwanted particles or all the impurities which is associated with the ore is called as a gangue. It's not gangue, it's gang. Okay, don't pronounce it gangue. The spelling is Gangue, but the pronunciation is gang. So it is gangue or matrix. So what do you mean by gangue or matrix? The unwanted particle associated with ore is called as gangue. Or another name is matrix. Another name is what? Matrix. Yes or no? See, for example, you are washing the clothes, no? So cloth is your ore, but the dirt, yes or no, the stains which is associated with your cloth, that is gang. Now what you are doing, you are applying the soap. So when you apply the soap and when you wash it, every impurities will be removed. So that impurities which are removed, yes or no, that impurities which are removed, we say as a gang. So similarly, when you are digging from the earth crust, the mineral, the ore, so from that mineral and that ore, there are certain impurities, dissolved impurities, undissolved impurities also there. I will discuss later on. But the impurities, or we can say unwanted particles like clay, earth particles, clay particles, certain roots will be there, certain bones will be there, certain unwanted particles will be there, okay, moistures, this everything are associated with the what? Associated with the ore, that portion we say as a gangue. So what do you mean by gangue or matrix? The unwanted particle associated with the ore is called as a gangue or matrix. The unwanted particles or unwanted impurities associated means what? Joined with what? Joined with ore is called as a gangue or matrix. I told you an example. For example, if you are having a cloth and that cloth, if you are having any dirt is there, any stain is there, so when you wash that cloth, the cloth remain as it is a clean, but that dirt, that stain, everything is removed. So that dirt and stain itself is as a what? Gangue. Here we are saying the gangue. So gangue or matrix. What do you mean by matrix or gangue? The unwanted particles, earthy impurities, or we can say roots, or we can say bones, which are associated with what? Associated with the ore is called gangue or matrix. Here the impurities will be dissolved also, and here the impurity will be undissolved also. So we have to clean this, you have to do many process here. We are going to study in detail the process this. But just start to understand the definition, please understand that what do you mean by gangue or matrix? They are the unwanted particles which is associated with the ore is called as a gangue. That particles can be clay, sand, stones, dust, bones, or remains of plants or remains of animals, etc. Clear this part? Next, metallurgy. Now final step, this metallurgy. What do you mean metallurgy? Metallurgy means the whole process to obtain the pure metal from the ore. The whole process to obtain the pure metal from the ore. So from the ore directly we cannot obtain the pure metal, okay. From the ore we have to do number of process. That number of process what we are doing to obtain the pure metal from the ore, that process itself we say as a metallurgy. What do you mean metallurgy? The whole process to obtain the pure metal from ores using the scientific and industrial method. I told you, no, it is not like that, okay, taken the ore, clean it, we got the metal. No, there are number of process which you have to go through it. Yes or no? So number of process, and on that number of process, number of methods are applied. Like scientific method also will apply chemistry method also, will apply industrial method also. So that all methods which you are applying to obtain the pure metal from the ores is known as a what? Metallurgy. So write down the definition. The metallurgy means what? The whole process to obtain the pure metal from ore using the scientific and industrial method is called as a metallurgy. Okay, it's not a one-day process or 2-hour process, a very long process. It requires a big plants. Okay, you can see, there are certain plants are also there. Okay, we are having the iron plants. Okay, that blast furnace, we are obtaining the iron. They are having a big plants in kilometers of industries we have. So it's not a one-day process. Okay, so what do you mean by metallurgy? A metallurgy means it's a whole process or to obtain the pure metal from the ores by supplying or by applying certain scientific methods, certain chemical methods, certain industrial methods. That whole process to obtain the pure metal from the ores, that process which we are undergoing, that process is known as a what? Metallurgy. Clear this part? So this chapter, it's a basic to you. It's a very interesting chapter. Please copy out this old definition. In the next class, I will go in detail that what are the steps involved in the metallurgy, which are their steps and how to remember their steps. And you are very, I think you know these steps, a flotation process, magnetic separation, then one more we have, I guess, leaching method. This everything I guess we have done in the standard 10 also. So do not worry about this. This chapter is very extremely easy, but certain questions are there. Sometimes it makes this chapter tough. So this chapter is a bit theoretically, so you have to read the textbook more and more. So today whatever I have told you, please you write down this portion and starts to study the textbook and plus the competition exam which I have given to you. So study line to line, and if you have any doubt you can come at me. Okay, so I hope this all the definitions of mineral, ore, gangue and metallurgy you have understood. See, once more I will repeat. Mineral means what? The natural substance occurring from the earth crust through the mining is known as a mineral. Then comes what? Ore. Ore means what? The profitable extraction of metal from the mineral is known as a ore. The profitable extraction of metal from the mineral is called as a ore. So an ore can be a mineral, but every mineral cannot be a ore. Okay. Next is gangue or matrix. The unwanted particles or earthy impurities or impurities which are involved or associated with the ore is called gangue or matrix. Please do not pronounce as gangue. It's gangue. Next is metallurgy. Metallurgy means what? The whole process to obtain the pure metal from the ore. So number of process we are going and number of methods we are applying, like scientific method, then we can say like industrial method, we can say chemical method. These all methods we are applying it to obtain the pure metal from the ores, and that process itself is as a metallurgy. So please read it your textbook and write it down. Okay. Anyhow, thank you.